Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So this video is based on generators in Python. So we will see that what are generators, but before going to generators and before going to see a generator program, I'll show you a program. Okay, so I'm going to create a function, okay, which is going to print numbers, okay, from 1 to 100. Okay, now when we have printed the function ran, we have got numbers from 1 to 100 inside a list. Okay, now if we have to uh, now you will see all the numbers are generated in one go. Okay. Now, if I have to perform, uh, if I have to add number 5 to each element, okay, each element in this particular list. So how I can do this? So for that, I have to take print function, okay, then num plus 5 for num in ran. So then we'll get another list in which in all the elements 5 has been added. Okay. So this we can do. But what is the problem here? Okay. The problem lies in the generator definition. The problem will be of the memory. Okay. If this is now this is of 100 items only. But if it will be of 5 crore, 10 crore, 1 billion items, then there will be the problem. Then it will take more space. That if you will see the size, if I'll import the system, if you'll see the size, so size is of 920 bytes. Okay, so for generating items from 100 to 1, it is taking 920 bytes. Okay, so that is the issue, that it will take memory. Okay, it is not that much memory efficient. Okay, so then there is generators for us. Okay, now what are generators? Generators are a simple way to create iterators. Okay, they will allow us to generate values one at a time. Okay, so instead of creating all the values at once, here what we are doing, we are creating all the values at once. Okay, so this is taking too much memory. Okay, but when we'll use generators, then it will create one value at a time. Okay, it is not going to return all the values at once. Okay, so that is the benefit with generators. And yeah, that is the thing, that then it becomes helpful to save memory, especially when working with the large data set. Okay, now these are some characteristics of generators. A function becomes generator when it is uses the keyword yield instead of return. Yes, in a normal function we use return. Okay, here you can see we have returned the list. Okay, but in a generator function, instead of this return, we do what? We use yield. Okay, now, second one, each time the yield keyword is used, it pauses the function, saves its state, and gives back value to the caller. Okay, it means that uh, it generates one value at a time. So what will happen when you will give another yield, means when another yield will be there, then only the next time the function will be called. Until and unless the next yield is, means there is no, only there is if one yield, so what will happen, the function will pause there only. Okay, it will not, and it will remember its state also. State means that, suppose, let's take an example. Okay, generator colon I equals to 1. Okay, now here we don't need any list, so I less than equal to 100. If this is, then yield I, then I plus equals 1. Okay, now we have to just print the generator. Now, when we'll print the generator, we are not going to see the value. Why? Because everything in Python is object. We already know that. So it will give you an object. A generator object has been created at this memory location. Okay. So now to execute this means to, if you want the value, then what you have to do? You have to go do like this, X generator. Okay. And now here you will print using the next function. Okay. Next function X. So now you will get the value 1. Now you're not getting the all the values, means all the numbers from 1 to 100. You are getting one value at a time. Okay. Now I'll copy this, and if I want the next value, so I'll give 2 next function. So again 2. Now if I want the next value, so 3. Okay. And again if I want the value, so 4. So this way the next function, okay, is doing what? Whenever you are printing next x, then what is happening? One value is getting printed. Then this yield I, it is yielding 1, means it is giving us 1. Now after 1, it is, means the function is get paused there only, at this place only, but is remembering the state. So that's why when we are giving next, again next time, next x, so what is happening? It remembers its previous state. It means 1 has been already been yielded, so now 2 will be there. So that's why we are getting 2. Then again for 3 and 4. And if you want all the values, then okay, you can use the for loop, or you can do what? Print. Instead of next, you can use the list x. Now you will then do list x. You will see the list will start from 5, because already we have generated 4 values. Okay. So now from 5, it will give the value still 100. Okay. Now I'm going to show you a very interesting program. Okay. You, by using this, what we can do, you can check that a program, a code is generated by AI or not. And if it is generated by AI also, then also you can change it and make it uh, just like how you check the plagiarism in words, you can check the plagiarism in code, that that code is generated by AI or not. So for that, what you have to go to this aidetector.com. Okay. And I'll attach the link in the description below. You have to click on this AI generated. Then what you have to do, you have to paste your code here. Okay. So you have seen I have generated a code here from ChatGPT, and I'm just giving the code here, and you have to select the programming language. So it supports Java, C has JavaScript, PHP, and Python. So my code is of Python, so I'll just write Python, and you have to just click on the button analyze. Okay. When you click on this button, then it will give you, okay, the full report of it. Okay. Now here you can see that this content was mostly likely written by AI. Obviously we have taken the code from ChatGPT, and now it suggests the details also, that what are the places where it thinks like AI. So here you can see this code exhibits clear signs of being written by AI. So if you think, means if you want to use that particular code, so you can make changes to that code, and okay, and then it will be very, means then you can use it. Then this percentage will go down. Out of 90, out of 100 it is 98, then this will go down. Okay. So I'll give the link in the description below. You can go and try this. Okay. So this was generator for you. Now the next thing in generator is that the next time you call the generator, it resumes from where it left off. So that we already have seen that once the next is used, so it generated 1. Then again when we did the next x, so what happened? It generated from 2. So it means it remembers, means it resumes from where it left off. Means it remembers the previous value. Okay. So that is also the special thing about generator, that it saves memory and it resumes from where it has left off. Okay. So I hope you like this video. Thanks for watching the video. We'll see you in the next video.